In Kentucky, we don't just take chances, we bet big. This month, I'm sitting down with 4 Kentuckians who made 4 bold moves and asking one question: what was the biggest bet that you ever took on yourself? This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Town & Country Ford. No matter where life's adventures lead you, Town & Country Ford is along for the ride. You took a job in a kitchen to pay for college, and then your world totally changed. Like, what was that defining moment that made you realize, wait a minute, I like the magic that this is making more than my passion for music?
And I think the idea of me mixing all like local farmers and their product and what they do here with my culture, it comes from the necessity of finding comfort.
What do you think is the one ingredient in Kentucky that surprised you the most, that you're like, oh wow, I'm gonna change the world with this?
And there's a lot of other things that I'm not doing right now that I know I'm very good at. My mentor is Argentinian, and we did a lot of pasta with him, you know, a lot of like sausages from scratch and stuff like that I'm not doing right now.
My first guest is a culinary powerhouse who is redefining what it means to create Bluegrass modern cuisine. You've probably seen her on the global stage recently as she has graced the stage of Bravo's Top Chef, but she is holding it down proudly right now in Lexington, Kentucky. She's cooked all over the world, from Ecuador to Spain to Arkansas. Now you can find her at the Manchester Hotel, at the Granddam, and the Lost Palm. Please welcome to the Best Bet podcast, Chef Paula Endara. Yes, I said it right?
Yes.
Oh,
that was so sweet.
it is so great to sit down and talk to you. And I don't think many people would ever realize that you started out with a passion to follow music.
Yes. It is true.
Right. So, but you took a job in a kitchen to pay for college.
Yes.
And then your world totally changed. Like, what was that defining moment that made you realize, wait a minute, I like the magic that this is making more than my passion for music?
Wow, we're going deep. Okay,
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I love that though, but that is important.
I just love like the roads that people take, because I
Yeah.
feel like it's the unexpected that leads you to the thing that's the love of your life.
That's very romantic, honestly, to put it that way. But I do think so. I think everything happens for a reason. And as you know, I did have to pay for my school, so that was the main reason I took a waiter job. That when my best friend was leaving to move to work to the restaurant just next to us, and I was like, okay, just 1 year just to save money to go to school, because my parents, as soon as I graduated, were like, hey, you want a career, you're gonna have to pay for yourself, right? Which is very nerve-wracking to hear whenever you're 18, because it's a lot, right? So I started just in the restaurant business, and honestly, I don't know. I feel like I excel under pressure and under a lot of stress, but also it's an experience, you know. I mean, you're taking care of guests, and a lot of people think that service as like front of the house is not really a career. And it is. I mean, it takes a lot of passion. Hospitality is very different to just do a service. It's not transactional, right? So as it went going, I was like, well, might as well just kind of dive into cooking, right? My dad always wanted to be a chef. Back then, that industry didn't exist. It was not well seen.
Did he love to cook?
He still loves it. He ended up being a banker, you know, from all things.
Maybe he missed his calling too.
Yeah, so he's kind of living through me a little bit, and I'm very happy for him to just see all the things that I'm able to do. Something so humbling, right? And I think the way that it turned out, I remember one day, one of my friends were like, why don't you just see like culinary school? I think it will be a good fit for you. Like, might as well, you're in the business. You already kind of know, like, you put your toes in the water. And I was looking how much it was going to be, right? And I was like, okay, I think this is going to be a little more factual and a little more of like touching ground than doing music. I love music, but I am in love with hospitality. And as it progresses through the years, I went to the back of the house, because I also thought at some point, like, I really love front, but the back is where it's what excites me the most, you know? Like the fire, the adrenaline, the pressure, it's like in time flies, right? And I do love to talk to the guest, but I am more of like an introvert per se. Let's say that, until I get a little confidence.
Go with that.
And then I'm like, whoa. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's amazing industry that I've been blessed to experience in different countries. But because we're a lot of challenges
Yeah.
and the view changes as you go in the industry, honestly.
Just your start alone. I mean, you cooked in Spain, you worked with Amazonian farmers in Ecuador,
Yeah.
you ran a kitchen in Arkansas. So, what led you to Kentucky?
Well, the story's long, but just in case to be very factual, I graduated from San Sebastian,
Yeah.
but I couldn't go because it was COVID,
Mm.
so I had to do online. So unfortunately, I didn't get to go, but it was as intense as I would have thought. And that period of my time that I was doing that, I actually motivated myself to do that master's because my son was in the hospital for a very long, long time. And that really pushed me to go back into like center per se. So I remember, and the time difference was perfect for this because I will be in the hospital like in the morning. And then whenever I went home to like the FedEx house that I had in
Yeah.
Memphis, it was time for me to start studying, right? So it kept me busy, busy
Wow.
minded.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was great. I still owe myself that trip to go.
Yeah.
I told my teachers like just keep my uniform there,
Please.
because I still want that jacket.
Yeah.
So I owe myself that. But I got into Kentucky after I was in Arkansas. I was married before to an amazing chef, and we endeavor ourselves to put our own restaurant in Arkansas because he's from there. And we were very successful, but I feel I was not really happy living in Arkansas, to be completely honest. As a foreigner, you always go back to like really want to feel like home.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's so hard. And I think you never truly 100% have it. But I was looking to just like for us to move, right? By then we were like still married, 2 kids, full on restaurant. But I was just not feeling like I really want to stay here. The community was great. But I feel like we needed more. So we went to James Beard Convention in Houston. And then I met now, as he will say, shout out to the homie, Carlos Raba. He is a chef from Sinaloa, and he is in Baltimore. And we just got along. And then after all these conventions, you hang out with a lot of chefs. And he was like, you need to meet one of my best friends. He's my business partner. And he was casually just from LA. He was like, oh, I just gotta drop by Houston. And because he was on the way back to Baltimore. And I met him. His name is Stanley Feldman. And he is a very dear friend of mine, and he's awesome. And he was like, oh, you want to move? What about Kentucky? And I was like, to be completely honest, I started this conversation with Carlos because I wanted to move to Baltimore. And I was like, well, I want to be near DC. My best friend from elementary lives there. She works in Georgetown University. And they were like, well, I mean, but give it a chance, you know? And he was like, my brother is doing this project and he's looking for a chef. So like hear him out.
Okay.
And see. So month passed by and then we hear back. And at the end of it all, they came to the restaurant and they ate the food. They love it. Invite us back immediately the next week to Lexington. We came here and I completely fell in love with Lexington.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful.
It's crazy. Like it was just on the way. I still remember Ironworks Pike. That's one of my favorite roasts to go because it reminds me of home. That was it for me. I mean, obviously the Manchester is beautiful. Like the project is amazing. The brands were already made. So the menu needed to be developed. So they were like, this is the heart. I need to give it a soul. And that's what we did. And then later on in life, we parted ways, me and now my co-parent. But I feel like I have been able to now put my identity a lot more than it was at the very beginning when we opened. So I'm very grateful for that, and we have come a long way.
What do you think is the one ingredient in Kentucky that surprised you the most that you're like, oh, wow, I'm going to change the world with this? Who knew? Like, this is something that I can use in so many things and blend an entire other style of cuisine into.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Because I would say sorghum because we use panela. So panela is like the rawest version of sugar, like just cane sugar. So it's like this little block. It kind of have a little spice into it. And I always go back to like I want to respect the place I am and respect like the sources, the farmers, and try to just like do the thing they're supposed to be doing, right? Not just saying like, oh, I'm just gonna do Southern food and I don't know anything. I did my study on it. I mean, and it was fun because
They were probably like, Paula, do you know Southern food? Just create something.
yeah, right.
Right?
So,
Just do it.
like I
It's
just
gonna
gotta
be
wing
easy.
it. So
It's not,
and
because
it's
I find that
not.
people and travel seek out places whenever they travel across the South and will obsess over finding very, very traditional Southern
Exactly.
recipes. But I think there's something exciting in being able to tinker with that recipe and like bring a sense of the unexpected and another culture into it that is surprising but yet complementary.
Absolutely. And I think it's one of those things. And when I was in Arkansas, I have to really thank my time being there because I spent a lot of time there in Jonesboro and then just a little bit of Bay, Arkansas. And we did travel a lot. Like we went to like the Watermelon Festival in Cave City, right?
Yeah.
So all these things for me was like instrumental to really understand the culture because for me it was like a lot of even people that they're like from the south are like, oh, there's not much to learn. It's like there's so much. Like I think with fresh eyes and someone completely different from another part of the world, you see a lot of different things. And I think the idea of me mixing all like local farmers and their product and what they do here with my culture, it comes from the necessity of finding comfort and kind of like homesickness. And at the end of it all, food is that, right? I mean, you feel bad, what do? Like you go
I eat.
home and you eat.
I
Exactly.
eat, but I don't want to eat junk. Like
You
I
eat
want
something that
to
brings
I
you
want to
joy.
eat something that reminds me of home.
Exactly. So that's the thing. And I think as it is, and it's different with any other chef that you will meet. Like everybody has their own purpose and you just like it's like an evolution depending where you are, what you're doing and where you live and the product you're working with and where you travel. But for my end as a chef, I think my main thing is like my goal is finding that comfort, right?
Yeah.
Like I always, at some point in life, I know I'm gonna go back home. But on the meantime, I'm still trying to travel and just enjoying what Kentucky is my home now. But it's always gonna be that purpose of finding comfort and nostalgic because that's what food is. It can be fine dining, it can be casual, it can be a dive in. I mean, anything. But that's it. I mean, obviously, it has to taste great. But I think it's one of those things that you have to make it feel like home.
And you've landed, I can't imagine, in a better place in the Manchester to be this gorgeous boutique hotel, but to be a place where like experimentation and doing something different is really welcome. Talk about like how do you balance the duality of running the high-end menu of the Granddam with something that's more small plates and fun of the Lost Palm, which it must be so fun if you come up with one idea and you're like, oh, no, this would be perfect at the Lost
Yeah.
Palm. Or this, do you do that? Like, how do you
Yes.
separate those in your mind and plan a menu?
Immediately, when you say that, it goes back to like our meetings with the chefs because I do have a great team. I have to give that all for them. I feel the core of being able to do all the things that I've been able to do is because I have them. And we do have that conversation because they're like, okay, I want to do that. And I'm like, that feels a lot
That
more
feels
Lost
that way.
Palm.
Yeah.
Like, what about if we do this a little more Granddam? And it's funny. And I know it feels like a little restrictive, but I think the adaptability of a chef to be able to do different concepts is very important.
Yeah.
Because it defines you. You're always going to have one, that concept that really defines your identity, right?
Yeah.
But you also want like a little thing that it's more fun per se, or a little more of like completely different in 360 what you usually do. And there's a lot of other things that I'm not doing right now that I know I'm really good at. My mentor is Argentinian and we did a lot of pasta with him, you know, a lot of like sausages from scratch and stuff like that I'm not doing right now. But I feel like Granddam is more like focused on local. I always say we're not farm to table because we're not 100% sustained. I would love to. I'm very like purist about that. I like to say we're community forward. 80% of our ingredients come from Kentucky, and I'm
That's
very happy
great.
about that. And we also try to do like, well, not try. We do the seasonal like change in menus. It's harder in a hotel because it's a different beast. You have people that come from like April meat of Keeneland like every year, and they want that singular trout dish that we always have, right? So we have now this mix of 40% like staples and 60% seasonal. Then in any shape or form, it will change. Like now we have this whole fish dish that's beautiful. We have like a wood fire succotash that will change with ingredients our farmers would have. And we have this ajo blanco sauce. It's like a white gazpacho, but it's hot. And we were thinking like us all collectively, like we need to like really think about techniques that something is still familiar for them, that is not too wild, but using those local ingredients. And we base ourselves on that, like seasonality, if it's going to be a little more different than Ecuadorian cuisine or Southern, but it's still doing like those local ingredients, or full on Ecuadorian is still with local ingredients, or Southern with a little twist of Ecuador. So it's kind of tricky to do that.
Yeah.
But I think it's fun because they end up learning all the time, which is really hard to find that in regular restaurants, because you always do, like if you go to New York to a restaurant and you basically work through the ranks, you're going to be in that station for years, and then you move to the next one and you continue to just learn things, but through a really long time. So as we change on like the season completely and micro seasonalities, they learn new techniques. They learn how to use different ingredients, especially in the Latin part. And Las Palm, I think that's a whole different beast because it's all volume. And the kitchen is smaller than this room, to be completely honest. So it is probably like a fourth of the size, and it's kind of like hard pickup. So we always go like very complex on production, marinations, and like techniques of the nature, but pickup has to be fast. So it's fun. I mean, I think each individual person I have in different teams, they're there for a reason because they excel at that. And sometimes we just cross over and like, hey, just spend some time in this kitchen just for fun, just for you to don't miss out the other part of the fun. But it's good. I think it's very adaptable. My team is super adaptable too.
We're going to pause for a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk Top Chef.
Oh, yeah.
Love your commitment to sustainability, right? I love that. You're just looking for so many ways to support our Kentucky farmers and our Kentucky sources. But we're coming right back with Chef Paula Endara. Yay, water break.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was like, I got to give her a break. I love that you're giving them such a great opportunity to learn.
And that's the thing.
That's so
because
great.
It's true. Because honestly, I mean, in this business, that's the only way you just have to learn more.
Yeah.
And we always say like the rule of thumb is like stay in a place for a year and then move somewhere else.
Yeah.
But from my end, especially like trying to hire people in this area, is super hard to find culinary. And so, and that's something that Arkansas trained me a lot too. So it's kind of one of those things. I want to give the opportunity like, hey, we did this for 6 months. Now we're going to do something completely different.
This is ad break here, and we're coming back. I grew up in a Ford family. My dad worked at the Louisville Ford assembly plant. And it wasn't just a brand for us, it was a way of life. And that's the thing about Ford, is that they're woven into a part of our culture here in Kentucky and across America. So no matter where life's adventures may take you, Town and Country Ford is along for the ride. Here. Welcome back.
I love that.
We're sitting down with Chef Paula Endara. Our very fancy nuances of take a water break. We're back. I think everybody's always so fascinated to get to sit down and talk to somebody that's had the opportunity to be on a top chef stage. To be on a Bravo food show is a very big deal.
Thank you.
And so I'm curious, how did that opportunity come about for you? How did you get
funny because, it was 2023. We opened in Manchester, did boot camp like a week before opening the Manchester.
Manchester boot camp.
Yeah. No, I did the James Beard boot camp and then week after.
That should be a whole other reality show altogether. I mean, wait a minute. So you did the James Beard boot camp.
Yeah.
That's stressful.
It was very fun, honestly. I mean, I feel
high pressure. I mean, that's such an honor to be a part of that.
I was very happy. I mean, honestly, I think the friendships that I have created through all this Houston trip that I still have. I mean, Tanya Curry also, she's a huge sustainability chef. I mean, she's amazing. And to the point that, I mean, she thinks on the very granular things. And I look up to her a lot because it's just like, she's so creative and adaptable, and she is 100% like sustainable, like no joke. But all these people helped me, recommended me to go to the boot camp. And because of that, now I got boot camp. And because of that, they asked me to be in Top Chef. And that year, I honestly, I don't know.
Do you get like a call or an email from Top
It was
Chef?
a DM.
What?
Yeah.
You got a DM to be on Top Chef?
And I didn't know that was a thing.
Did you think it was fake?
Yeah.
Like a scam?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You want to be on Top Chef?
Yeah. I was just like, but then you go through it, and I'm like, maybe this is real. Because I never really deep dive into like the television world, even though my sister works in TV. But I was like, sounds like, I don't know. And then I was like, there's no way I can just step away and do that. I mean, that's the reality. We just opened, right?
Right.
So I'm like, no. And then they ask again. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, why not? Like, let's do it. I feel like I'm in a good point in my career, and also the hotel was running. I'm like, I think I can step away. Obviously, they tell you, like, well, you won't be able to talk to anyone for a week. You have like 20-minute call, and it's intense, and it's like for a month and a half, depending how far you go. And I never really thought. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's fine. I knew the rules of the game, right?
It's pretty intense.
But at the same time, I was like, the mental game for me, that was so important. And I lost that. Like, I didn't. Like, I knew that I was just like in it to win it. And at some point, whenever my episode aired that I got eliminated, I'm very happy because, I mean, yes, I love Restaurant Wars was amazing. I think that's the moment that I really enjoy myself, and I hate to say that because I was under so much stress, and I love to do concepts, and it really took it more of like the concept has to be perfect, right? Mm-hmm. And I really want my team to make sure they were okay, and I didn't change that. I didn't change who I was whenever I was there. So whenever it come to a point that everything was like, okay, this happened, my dessert was absolute terrible. I don't know if I can curse here, but I was okay, it was absolute shit. Okay. So anyway, I was like, this not work out, and I knew that. But I was like, I will never.
That has to be so frustrating too. It's like when you know what you're so capable of doing, and there's a time limit, there's a deadline, and I've got this and this and this to make with it, and you know it could be better. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a TV show.
And that's the thing.
It's not a reflection of who you are. It's a TV show.
And that's so important for people to know, for future chef testings, know that. Like, don't let that define you, because at the end of it all, it's like you're in a different universe, to be completely honest. I mean, yes, it feels like the Olympics. Like, you're like pressured to the max, right? But at the end of it all, it's important to just show how you are. And that's the thing that I was, and that moment whenever we were, because you have to, like, the table, like the judges table, it's not 10 minutes, it's like an hour.
What?
By the way, yeah, it's super long. So in that time, honestly, you have a lot of thinking to do, and you have a lot of time to be like, okay, you know what? And the moment came in, they were just judging everything. And I was like, yeah, my dish was terrible, And there was another dish for another of my friends that it was not well seasoned. And I was like, look, I was easy. So I'm the one that I'm going to take the responsibility. So this is what I would do in my kitchen. I mean, I'm not going to be like, oh, it was the line cook who didn't. You don't do that. I mean, I think for me, leadership is super important. And it can be, and even if it costs me, right? Because easier would have been like, oh, it was his fault. It was his dish. No, for me, that's not it.
Right.
I mean, not even for TV or for never. I would never do that. I was like the captain on the ship in the kitchen. It's my fault. So if somebody has to go home, it has to be me. It's fine. And in my mind, I was already thinking about that because I was really missing my kids too. And for me, that was a lot. I was never that long away from them, like ever. And I think a couple days would have been the longest I ever been away from them until then. And I just felt so free after that.
Yay, I'm going home. I've been eliminated. No. Like there has to be this,
And it's crazy to say that.
Release that, all right, like you did your thing. You did your thing to the best of your ability in that environment, under that level of stress. But I mean, more importantly, you were yourself.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to go on a show and compromise like who you are. I think the victory is that I think the outside public looks at folks that make it on those shows. Just getting on the show is hard. And I just don't think the average person ever gets really selected. You're talented, right? And you've gone through like, James Beard boot camp. Like, people know that you are of a certain caliber. I'm curious, even in that situation when you left, what was it? Because I think we learned something even in the most ridiculous of moments. Was there something that you learned in that moment that you utilize in your kitchen today? Whether it's not teaching people not to throw each other under the bus, teaching people to like show responsibility. Was there anything in that television moment that you're like, there's my gold. This is what I can take away?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at the end of it all, I mean, also have to give it like to all my friends on the season, incredible human beings. Like they're so talented. Until today, we still talk, and it feels like another family, right? But I feel like at the end of it all, after having that moment, I was very sure of myself because before, like that any other person, I always been like, I don't know, not always. Before I was very insecure of myself. Like whenever I was into like early 20s. And now after all this, and not because of that, I feel way more secure.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, Paula, like you were afraid if it was going to happen, the way that it was going to happen. I'm okay with it. I showed myself how I am as a leader, as a chef. This doesn't define me because I know what I'm capable of doing, you know. It was an amazing experience, but at the end of it all, the lesson that I got was like, it's amazing to be talented and be a great chef in this field, but you have to be an equal, amazing, and great human being.
That's right.
Because otherwise, it doesn't matter. And there's a lot of like, and you can see right now on social media, there's a lot of things going on of amazing chefs, that end up not being that person.
Or it's not even true. It's not even true. Like, you
Exactly.
know, like I think the fronts that people put on with a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know who is true. One thing that you're really true to is your commitment to sustainable foods and making sure that you are sourcing with local farmers or in that community. Why is that element, you think, so important? Not only, I think, you know, on the selfish side to have these great food items, how do you like see that giving back to the farmers of Kentucky or the people that you work with as a lifeline for the way that they make a living?
I mean, I feel like the moment that I started thinking more in that way was whenever I was working with the Amazonian farmers in Ecuador. That was the last restaurant I worked there before I moved here. And everything was from scratch too. They changed the concepts every 6 months, which it was really cool and wild. And that also was like, we learned so much here in so like small amount of time.
Yeah.
Because it's important. I mean, I feel like as a chef, and have to give it to my mentor too, always keep it very humble. He always told me like, it looks glamorous sometimes, Paula, but it's not. Like we still like, we can do these things, but then the next day we're there and like in the triple like contain like a compartment like on sink, like just cleaning fish, you know. It's like, and that's the part, it's so humbling. And I feel like it's important for us as we're connected with our farmers, we're in the middle of the community between diners and farmers. So there's so much we can do just by cooking local product. So that's instrumental. I mean, we're agents of change in something so humbling. And if you don't like support your community, especially for me as a foreigner, like I feel like, and I would do this back at home too, you know, it's important. I think it has to be a way to do. I know there's different type of business models, and then that's a whole other beast, right? Because also, I mean, working in a hotel for me has opened my eyes of how restaurants work independently to being in a hotel is completely different things. But you can make it. And I'm happy to say that I'm making it, doing the food that I'm doing with 2 different restaurants, and still be able to support local farmers. I think the more you grow, the more like leverage you have, you should support more your community. I mean, that's what we're here for. Otherwise, what are we doing, right? I mean, it's not about making money for me. And it sounds silly. Yes, we have to be financially sustainable, but we need to be able to help our community and just support them. Otherwise, we're not doing our job.
If somebody has 24 hours to spend, or, you know, I'm going to give it 48. You're a weekend in Lexington.
Yay.
Eating and having fun. And drinking, of course, because I know you're a fan of mixology, right?
Yes.
You're really good. That's kind of your thing too. I don't want to like not give that some love too. Where would you send them and suggest they go visit?
Oh my God, there's so many
you can like throw in your
options.
places too.
Well, no.
Oh no.
No, because I mean, of course. I mean, you have to stay at Manchester. And yeah, I mean, come and just give us a shout out, you know, and just do like, I would say, if you are at the hotel, happen to be there, go to Los Palms, have drinks, have a little app, and then come have dinner with us. But then go to the city. I would say for breakfast, ooh, that's a hard one. I'm a very like bagel girl. I do like our local bagel shop that we have. I forgot the name. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this right now.
Do you know what it's near?
It's by Chevy Chase. She's an amazing chef too. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot this.
I'm gonna look it up. Do you know like what else it's next to? Like, is there like they're in Chevy Chase?
Next to
A
Fish
store?
Tank.
Okay, that's all we need. That's all we need to
bar.
Google.
But
That's it.
they have a really
Bagels
good
there,
bagel.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Chevy Chase. I would say for sure, I love like holes in the wall. Like that's where I
Yes.
thrive.
Those are the real ones.
Tacos Los Ramirez. Like that's a classic. You have to go. Like it's amazing. The pozole is really good. Yeah, carnita is really good. I'll eat a lot of Mexican food, by the way. Then I would say Panda Cuisine. I know a lot of people say like they don't want to go in there, but they have like this traditional menu that is all Szechuan. Really good. Yeah, I have this rice noodles like Szechuan or dandan. Ooh, amazing. That's my favorite too. Of course, Ouida. I mean, Ouida in every shape or form is amazing.
Yeah.
Holly Hill. I mean, do the drive. Go eat at her restaurant. It's such an experience. Cannot forget Sam. I mean, right now she's just doing pop-ups, but she's a very talented chef too. If you want, there is a new fried chicken shop because I do like fried chicken. It's right next to Goodfellas and Main Street. Well, in downtown per se. They open till 3 a.m. Just saying. It's really good. Burger and Y Sawyer's in Lexington too, in downtown. Really good burger. What else? What am I missing?
You've got a pretty good list right
I
here.
do.
Like,
I mean, if you want bars, I can tell you too. Like we do have great cocktails, but if you want like something fun to do, arcade at the Burl, that's really cool. That's usually where we have our nightcaps as the chefs. We just get some quarters and we play games and we just go and have a beer. What else? I would say 310 is really good too. I like their cocktails. Their food is really good as well. I mean, I think that's a fun date night too.
You gave us a variety.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A little bit of everything.
You know what? You're going to get in the car later and remember that bagel shop name. I'm going to find it too and like put it in the notes.
I cannot believe it has to be. It was something with Sunset. I can't believe. Please, I love you guys so much. Your half and half is amazing. I love Arnold Palmer's, by the way. Everybody in the hotel knows that. So they have a beautiful, delicious Arnold Palmer, and the bagel with salmon is amazing.
Oh, that sounds good. Rapid fire round. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. The one kitchen tool that you'd save in a fire.
Oh my God. I've been there, unfortunately.
Oh no. That's another podcast.
I mean, that's the
next one.
I know, right? I mean, I will say my knife, but that would be silly. I have to say that's a hard one. There's so much. I'm going back to like what I took to Top Chef.
Right.
And that was a lot
Knives.
of things. A lot of knives.
What did you use the most?
My knife, my chef
That's
knife.
okay.
It's funny because there was a knife that I gave to a friend, and then he gave me that knife as like a good luck charm. Yeah. And it's funny because then I was using my other knife that I bought in DC, and that day I almost got eliminated. So I was like, I'm going to go back to use my friend's
It's a lucky knife. So you'd
It's a
save
lucky
the knife.
Yeah.
Late night post shift snack, sweet or savory?
Savory.
What song is always playing on the prep playlist?
Right now it's Bad Bunny in any shape or form. Anything about Bunny. Or Basilos is another band. It's really good. Yeah.
The absolute most underrated ingredient in a home pantry.
Achote. I know it's kind of weird. Not everybody has achote in their house, but it's really good.
Bourbon neat, on the rocks, or in a cocktail?
Old fashioned, baby.
There you go. You got to learn that first in Kentucky. It's like, get your bourbon stuff straight. Get it straight. What is the one dish that tastes like home to you?
Oh, seco de chivo that actually I have it in the Manchester. It's called the braised corn tri-tip. Usually we do it at home with goat or lamb. But that's my favorite dish that I have from my mom.
Yeah. And it made its way onto the menu.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Everybody loves that. I cannot take it away.
It has been a joy to talk to you. Thank you so much for taking the
so
time.
much.
Oh my goodness. I
This
feel
is
like
so
we got to
fun.
get another episode with you and more stories to come. So be sure to stop by the Manchester in downtown Lexington.
Distillery District.
Distillery District,
Yeah.
which is a phenomenal district because you have to get there. And check out both the Granddam and the Lost Palm. Say hi to her, say that you saw her on the podcast, and support her on social media as well. And I'd love for you to support the podcast on social media. Just go to The Best Bet, follow us there. Also like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. And just stay tuned. More fun best bets to come as we travel all around the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Thank you so much for watching the podcast. No matter where you're watching this right now, please leave a review because that gets the word out about this particular podcast. So until next week, have a good one, everybody. Cheers.